Hello to everyone watching this. I'm Tanishq Pankaj Tardeja of grade 9 from the UAE, and today I shall be presenting a PPT on the topic of financial literacy. Why have I chosen this topic? Financial literacy is a really important and interesting topic that can actually help you in day-to-day life application. So this topic has really less awareness amongst people of my age as well as younger than me and older than me. And this can be having knowledge about this can be really helpful for you, as it can be used for saving and for tackling inflation, which is almost 6% on average in the worldwide yearly. So from this topic we can learn how to save, we can learn how to control money, we can learn how to make money work for us so that we have more money and we can actually tackle inflation. And also a really important topic, which is irresponsible spending, which a lot of my peers do around me, and which is not good and is a total waste of money. So let's get started immediately on our first topic, which is budgeting. What is budgeting? So basically, spending your money and saving your money and controlling your money in such a way that you have enough money to save, and you can use this money in the future for when you need something like buying a car or buying a house. So budgeting is when you earn money and then you spend it on your needs, your wants, and finally you save it. So we have this 50-30-20 rule, which is 50% on your needs, 30% on your wants, and 20% on saving. So let's get started into what is needs, wants, and saving. A lot of people have heard these terms needs and wants, but is not a very clear idea on what it is. So needs is basically something that is essential and is something that is required for you to live. For example, food, shelter, water. Can you think of some important needs that are there in your day-to-day life which you cannot live without? Wants. A want is something that we require, but it is not essential or necessary to live, and which makes our life more easier and better, but it is not essential to live whatsoever, and we can definitely live without it. And there are two distinctions of wants, that is important wants and non-important wants. So example of wants can be a book that you read or a phone that you have. Important wants is business expenses and study related expenses. So for example, imagine a student in college that is studying computer coding. For him, he does need a PC to do his work and to study and to understand coding and to have practical knowledge of coding. So for him, PC is really important, and because of that, that is a study related expense, and it is an important one. That means he can live without that PC, and he can live without that PC, and he can study without that PC. But it is really helpful and it'll improve him and it'll make him better in his field so that he can get a better job in future. So it is an important want. A non-important want is things that are not needed whatsoever and is a total waste of money, and that can be related to irresponsible spending. For example, take a student who is like 13 or 14 years old and he has a iPhone 13, and Apple releases the new iPhone 14 and he goes ahead and buys the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Now that is a waste of money. Not only did he not require the iPhone 14 Pro Max, but he already had one of the best phones in the industry, that is iPhone 13. Yet he decided to buy iPhone 14 Pro Max, which was not required whatsoever and is irresponsible spending. While as compared to the student who had bought the laptop for study related issues, was responsible spending and was required as well. Saving. Now let's go on to the third part of our budget area, saving. What is saving? Saving is when you keep aside money that you earn. You keep it aside so that you require when you require it in the future, you can just use that money to help you. For example, buying a house or buying a car. How can we save? We can save by spending less on our wants, and we can also save by keeping aside the money before we expend before we do our expenditure. For example, if we are earning our job if we are earning our salary, and then we calculate our last month's needs and wants which you have spent. For example, it's the month of June, and then you calculate how much you earned in April and May, and then you see how much you earned, how much you spent on water, food, and your house rent, and your house rent and healthcare, and how much you spent on other things like petrol or gas, and also if you did damage something like your phone, then you can check how much you spent on repairing that phone. And then you can on this you can calculate a average spending and earning, and then you can save money before you spend, so that you are on a tight budget and you spend your money carefully, and you cannot use the money which you saved. What is the use of saving? Saving can be helpful when you are in financial crisis or emergencies. For example, imagine that the bank you are keeping your money in, imagine it went bankrupt and you received only 90% of your money, but you needed 100% of it to buy something important. Then you can use for that 10%, you can use your savings that you had saved to use those and then buy that important item. So let's learn about something that is very interesting to me, that is the compounding effect. I have a question for you. Would you rather take 10 lakhs or 1 paise that doubles every day for 30 days? Well, if you chose that 1 paise, congrats. Now you have almost 54 lakhs instead of 10 lakhs. Because on the first day you only had 1 paise, but every day it doubled. On the second day it became 2 paise, on the fourth day it became 8 paise, on the 10th day it became 5 rupees and 12 paise. But by the end of the 30 days, you had 53 lakhs, almost 54 lakhs rupees instead of just 10 lakhs. This is the magic of compounding. How is this related to money? So basically, when we invest in a company, when we study about it and when we invest, and if the company grows, then we have compounded our money and we have gotten more money from it because the company has profited, and so have we. And also, if you have reached 8th grade, you would have learned something about in annual compounding, that is in interest. When you loan some money, and if you loan it in compound interest, that means it will compound every year instead of just the original money which you had given. For example, you give 100 rupees to somebody. If you give simple interest for 1%, that means after 1 month he'll only have to give you 101 rupees. But if you had done that 1% for compound, that means at the end of 2 months, normally he would have given 102 rupees, but now he had given 102 and a half rupee, because it had compounded on 100, and it had given interest on 101 rupees of the first month along with the second month. So instead of 102 rupees, you would have gotten 102 and a half rupee. So that is the magic of compounding, and this is really helpful to actually tackle inflation rather than just save, and as we lose money by saving. How can we implement all of this which we just learned in our life? So we can first of all, which or the you can share this video to all of your friends and family, or the knowledge you have gained from this video you can understand and then explain to everybody on your own, so more people get to know about this and they become more financially stable. And if you are really interested in this, you can research online for more detailed information and advanced information on this, so that you can become an expert at financial saving, and you can also make money work for you, and you can tackle inflation. And third of all, you can using all of these tips from this video, you can get some pocket money from your parents by doing some housework, and then all using all of these steps, You can do this in your life and you can have some practical experience. So when you grow up and have a job, you'll be expert at this and you won't need anybody's help, and you'll be able to do this on your own, and you'll be financially stable. And finally, after all of this is done, you can research online about investment, so that in the future, when you have a job, you can make money work for you and overcome inflation, as well as maybe even retire soon, so that because you'll have enough money to retire. Thank you and have a great day ahead.